So we're out here in the garden today and we're taking a look at some of the issues that we're having with bugs and leaf curl, and the neighbor is outside talking on his phone in his yard and hopefully doesn't think I'm a weirdo. But let's take a look at the things that are all seemingly going wrong right now. All right, so we've got our tomato plants over here, and some of them seem to be kind of curling up a little bit. Some of these leaves just looks like they're a little bit stressed out, which I'm not entirely surprised by. It's kind of yo-yo weather, 90 degrees, been down in the 40s overnight for like a day or two. It rained for like 2 days straight. This is just absolutely saturated dirt now. So I'm not surprised by those. The one that I'm concerned about though is this guy. That is much more severe leaf curl than all the others. Let's see if I can get in here and take a look. Like, it's just been like this for probably about 2 weeks, consistently going more and more curled, more and more stress and damage. Thought it was stress at first, then kind of leaning more toward the curly top leaf virus. It's just so bad. Like, look at these leaves. Like, this is just, they're rough and they're curled and they're browning. It's just not a good thing that's happening. And if we look down here, like, it's just not growing. These little corner elbow pieces are just super thick and weird, and these are kind of scabbing over weird, which, looking at that, I don't know if I don't know if that's even in focus, but I don't know if I made a terrible mistake and I definitely just broke one of my other stems. Ugh, that sucks. I don't know if I made a mistake in trimming out some of the suckers. I might have cut the main stem and maybe that's the problem, but whatever it is, it's really bad and this guy's not coming back. He's not growing anything. There's no suckers, there's no blooms where all of these other guys have shot up in the last week. But they're just growing. They've got blossoms. There's a couple blossoms on this guy. My Romas are super tiny but still growing, and that guy just is not at all. Looking at curly leaf virus and what that is, seems to be a bug problem. An infected bug that eats your tomato plants, or a lot of times it's tomatoes, can be peppers, can be potatoes, basically anything it can get its hands on. It likes beets, and usually that's what it's feasting on, and then comes over to the others. I don't have any beets, but the other thing that it said that it likes is wild mustard. So that could be an issue, could be a problem here. This guy over here, definitely for a very long time, was convinced he was a radish. He was one of the weird, random volunteer radishes that somehow ended up like 3 feet from my radish patch, which I was just assuming the day that I planted my radishes, or the day after, was huge rain, washed some of them up, and I had to keep like pushing them back down. This is all an open enclosure, so I thought it was birds maybe. It looked exactly like a radish as he grew, like had the same leaf, like the little beginner leaves, the second leaves that came up, everything looked the same. Until I got back this week from camping and I looked and I was like, well, he kind of looks a little different. He's much bigger than the rest of my radishes over here. And the main thing I noticed, so if you get in here, you see telltale red stems from the radishes, like that red stem. This guy over here does not have it. So that kind of clued me in. He probably is not actually a radish. So I used my app, the Picture This app, to take a photo of it, kind of see if I could identify it, and lo and behold, came back as a wild mustard. So thinking wild mustard here, tomatoes over here, and that guy in the back just struggling hard, there is a good chance that he's infected. And I'm gonna pull him because I don't trust it. I think with the curly top virus, they're not handled, like I don't know that I can give it to the other tomatoes by touching it. It's usually by injection, by eating from the bug. But I don't want him back here infected. Bug eats that and then comes over here and eats my San Marzano too. So that's kind of worrying me. I'm going to keep an eye. I think that's just environmental stress though, because he seems to be otherwise doing okay. But that guy back there has got to go. I was leaning over talking about that other plant and I just snapped this guy's arm off. Sorry, buddy. Oh, terrible plant mom. I need to cut that and not pull it just so I don't damage it more. God, this sucks. Notice these little holes in my broccoli, and then I noticed this little guy. Don't know what he is, don't know if he's good or bad. You're gonna have to look him up, but there's little holes all in my broccoli. And in the subject of holes, we've got all these little holes in my poblano plant. But some down there that was like this guy down here. This is all because the cat chewed on it. This is new. So now I've got to figure out what's chewing on my pepper plant. And only that one, because the rest of them don't have those holes. So the garden pest mysteries continue. Quick update on the blossom for my holy moly pepper I showed you guys earlier. I came out to take a picture of it later for my Instagram and noticed it fell off. So obviously not had a lot of pollinators in here because it dropped. And now we have to wait a little bit longer for our peppers. So that kind of sucks, but hopefully not more peppers soon. The internet consensus of my little worm friend here is that he's a cabbage worm and destroy him. So we are going to go fire and fury and kill that and the little tiny eggs that I didn't notice at first. So bye-bye cabbage worm, rotten hell. So I first noticed these little holes that had been chewed in my plant, and on closer inspection, let's see if I can find anybody. I did squish a bunch of them the other day, so I don't know if they're back, but they are done by a little white, oh, there's some of the eggs right there that I gotta get off. It's a white moth that I've seen flying around, and I always thought, oh, cute little white moth. Well, no, not so cute little white moth. He's been all over this plant, and I see him all day, every day from my window, and I'm just angry now. I can't find, maybe they don't have any of the little worms on it anymore because I did squish a bunch of them, but yeah, those little eggs are going to get smashed off. Yeah, those little guys. And he's been over here. Like, I think he's actually out in the yard right now. I thought you were super cute, little white moth. but you're the one that's been eating all of my broccoli. Or not you, but your children. Please stay off my broccoli. Get out. And if potential curly leaf virus and white moths and God knows whatever bug was on that pepper plant isn't bad enough, then there's my strawberries. Gotta love the strawberries. They are overly infested with fungus gnats. Yay, fungus gnats all over it. All over everything. They are, I don't know if you can see them moving around in there. Oh yeah, there you go. Just everywhere. So that definitely has to be dealt with. Okay, I have to go back to work because my break is over and thunder is rumbling and it's about to storm, but I found this guy, if I can get him in focus, on my tomato plant. And oh, he's gone. Okay. Well, I don't know where he went. But I don't know what he was. Some sort of blue fuzzy thing with wings. So there's a new bug to look up. From one of my apps, it says that it possibly is a woolly aphid, but we'll see. Hopefully he doesn't come back. So yeah, not all fun and games out here. It's a lot that I had no idea about. So, yay gardening, right? It's just mocking me now. Seriously, just go away, moth. Thank you.